Welcome back to the floor of the CME Group here in Chicago. Today's Friday, January 28th. I'm Killer from Treasury Curve. Treasury Curve is an institutional money market portal. We assist firms in their overnight cash management. A lot to talk about today, folks. Political unrest in Cairo, Egypt is getting out of hand. It's currently getting dark there right now. The military is mobilized in the streets and tens of thousands of people are out protesting. We're seeing the Islamic extremists now step into the picture and support those tens of thousands of people. We'll see how that works out, but the way this is spreading in the Middle East from Yemen, initially started in Tunisia, there's a lot of stuff going on over there, and I think we're seeing that fear hit the markets. And I want to talk about these markets. We've seen just a sensational move up. Week after week, day after day, it makes new highs. Today we had another new high in the S&P. But I think with the bears, the bears continue to lose every day in, day out. They go with their head down and they're just getting their rear ends handed to them, a political correct way of saying it. So I think what you need to do, if I go back to my Notre Dame football days, when you're losing like that, and mind you, we did not lose like this back then, but this is a scenario I want to draw up for you. But what you came up with was a surprise onside kick. That other team, they don't know what's going on, and you hit that ball over, get a nice pop to it and recover it. That surprise onside kick the Bears have been looking for. And maybe this political unrest in Egypt is a surprise onside kick that they need to get this correction that we've all been talking about, looking for, and essentially hoping for from a trading perspective. I think the switch, I don't see any switch being flipped until we really rock underneath that weekly pivot in the S&P at 1281 and a quarter. But we'll see how this day shakes out. Currently, the Nasdaq is getting smoked. First down day, I think over 1% in the S&P we see, and the Dow starting to relent as well. Let's drill down a little bit in the treasuries today. We saw a good supply week. They actually came and grabbed that 7-year. It's kind of, Rick Santelli calls it the three-legged dog, and it is. It's an odd supply auction, but they came and grabbed it yesterday. And that unemployment low in the 30-year, 119.20, it's been a great level. I've tweeted it. You can get me at the Killer on my Twitter account and follow, but at 119.20 level, they have tested. They tested it again this morning. They came down to 119.21. Rocked above that 119.28 and hit the objective I tweeted out of 120.18. Now that 120.18 level has been great. We see above movement there, which we currently are seeing, because as this market and this fear from this political unrest comes into the market, they are buying treasuries across the curve. They're grabbing everything they can. And that 121.13 is the target in the 30-year. Be mindful of that spot. In the 10-year, the pivot is 120.12. And we're above that pivot there. Just like I stated, everything is coming in to the bond markets. The S&P, another new high. Before the University of Michigan number this morning, and mind you folks, the data, it's not pertinent. No matter what, that's why I don't even speak to the numbers anymore. Data just simply doesn't matter. So before that, the HFTs, the high frequency trading systems, were able to seek and destroy some stops, get the S&P up to 1299.50, and it's come off hard since due to this political unrest. You think I took too many hits to the head during my Notre Dame playing days when I said we're going to be trading that weekly pivot today of 1281 and a quarter. But folks, we're not that far away right now. But if I would have said that yesterday, you would have looked at me like I had 3 heads up here. Underneath that, the 1271 is a great target on the chart. If you look at it, there's a back and fill at 1271. So keep that in the back of your mind today. The euro currency, another new overnight high of 137.40. Clearly, we're having a reaction to Egypt. No doubt about that. Just about down a full penny right now. I think that 135.97 is an initial support. The 100-day is coming in at 134.51, and the 50-day is coming in at 132.95. Now be careful in the euro currency, folks. You don't want to catch a falling knife. We are up 9 cents in 2 weeks. 9 cents, a sensational move to the upside. Maybe there's some retracement here. From the floor of the CME Group on this Friday, crazy markets. Be careful and remember, be the hammer, not the nail.